Notes, my goats. Notes, my goats. Notes, my goats. Welcome back. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Notes, my goats podcast. I am Steve.
And I am Brandon. I was trying to be all New Yorkish. That didn't work very well.
Wow, it's like you caught me off guard there, man. I just woke up from my nap. You gotta watch
You
out from
did.
this
I know.
yelling at me,
Brooklyn.
and I didn't
Going with like a
even get a
Brooklyn
hot
type of.
dog or anything.
Yeah, that didn't work
Eat
well.
some New York pizza.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
There you
It's
go.
like 9 o'clock at night. I definitely don't need pizza, but I'll eat it.
No, yeah, for sure. Right?
Dude, so how's it going?
It's going, man.
Besides yelling at me in your worst New York
New
accent you ever
York
come up
accent
with.
ever. Yeah, for sure. No, man, I'm good. We're yeah, it's we're just cruising through life. Can't complain too much. So
Cruising through life.
cruising through life, dancing through life.
Oh God,
Okay.
no. Don't
Yeah,
do
no.
that.
I'll dance through life. My
I
kids do.
mean, just not that. No, there's just so much wrong with Wicked.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the current with our current track record right now, don't pull more Wicked into this.
Yeah, that's true. For sure.
We need just more Chenoweth and just Chenoweth right now.
Just
Just
yeah.
Casey.
Yeah.
So today, Brandon, we've
Today
we've gotten through our Super Bowl draft.
we did. I'm clearly gonna be the winner. We don't know when we're recording this episode, but clearly I'm the winner.
We will agree to disagree on that one.
All
We
right.
may have already dropped our feelings on the Rihanna halftime show. If not, it's
Yeah,
probably gonna happen tomorrow.
probably.
Um, and just kind of throwing that out there.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
fingers crossed, man. I'm hoping for some Janet Jackson-esque type stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's just me.
Love
And
it.
it's not just me though. I'm sure it's not just me.
I'm sure.
Hoping for that one. I got bets on it.
All right.
Hey, but we're getting closer and closer to a sporting season that you and I look forward to every single year for about
Absolutely.
30 days, and then we hate life for the next 8 months.
Exactly.
Because we live in
Because
Michigan,
all we need is 30 days to see how this team is gonna go.
and then yeah, we are almost to spring training. You know that, right?
Absolutely. Heck
But the
yeah.
best part about today is happy Valentine's Day, guys. It is Valentine's Day, and
Aww.
happy Valentine's Day, Brandon.
Happy Valentine's Day,
I
Steve.
can't believe we didn't do a lovey episode on Valentine's Day. I
I
do have
know.
love tie-ins for this one though, so it works out.
Okay. All
I'll spin
right.
it in the back end and get it make right
Okay.
for us. But
Spin it in the back. All right.
spin it in the back. All right. Probably not, but hey, one can hope.
Party on, Wayne.
No. No.
Oh, that's funny.
Another reason I'm glad my wife doesn't listen.
Right?
Works out here. But today, Brandon, who are we talking about?
Yeah, man. We are going with a guy that I'm not surprised. I am surprised that we haven't done an album by him sooner.
Yeah.
But here we are. So guys, we are doing Billy Joel and his Live at Yankee Stadium. Now, you might think Live at Yankee Stadium, what does that have to do with anything? Basically, it's just his recorded concert from Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
So, which means that this album is long because it's a recorded concert, guys, from the old Yankee Stadium, not the new Yankee Stadium. We're talking the house that Ruth built. We're talking the OG, guys. So that's what we're doing. We are talking about the album/concert Live at Yankee Stadium.
For sure. We are. And this is it's an awesome album that actually just came out on actual album recently. So it wasn't this is a newer release, even though this recording took place 30 years ago.
Yep.
So Billy Joel. Wow, dude. I'm with you. I can't believe it took this long to do Billy Joel.
Yeah.
But it works out. William Martin Joel is his full name. American pianist.
Yep.
I love saying pianist.
Yep.
He's a singer and a songwriter.
Yep.
Active since 1964.
My mother was 2.
My mom wasn't born yet. She was born in 67.
His
solo career did start, I believe, in 72.
Okay.
But he's been active since 64. Nickname is the Piano Man. He has 13 studio albums, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. 18 compilation albums, best ofs, different things that happen there. 6 live albums. 61 singles.
Yep.
Pretty good.
A lot of
Um,
singles.
his Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2 is the second best-selling album of all time,
Oh,
behind Thriller.
interesting.
Um, it went uh 20 it's 23 times platinum.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. It's over 23 million albums sold.
Wow.
Um, well, that doesn't make sense. It's this I don't know what I wrote there. But yeah, it's up there
It's up
in the
there.
top selling albums. He has
Yeah.
sold over 85 million albums. He's the
Wow.
fourth best-selling solo artist of all time behind Michael Jackson,
Mhm.
fucking Elvis,
Yeah.
and an artist we haven't done in the podcast that we have to rectify.
Okay.
Because we talked about the first two, but
Yeah, okay.
we haven't talked about Garth.
Ooh.
We haven't done Garth yet. And you
We
know
have
why? Because
not
Garth
done
isn't on
Garth.
Spotify.
And Garth isn't on, I
He's
don't
on
think,
Apple Music, I think.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good old Garth.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks is he is the third best-selling solo artist of all time. So
Yep.
we got to do Garth at some point this year, I think.
For sure.
He is ranked the ninth best male soloist of all time by Billboard.
Hmm.
He's the 19th best artist of overall. So if you looked
Okay.
at female artists and bands, he is the 19th best artist of all time, but the ninth best male soloist.
Nice.
He has 5 Grammy wins,
Okay.
um, which I felt like wasn't enough either.
Yeah.
Couple fun things about this guy. He has 7 honorable doctorate degrees of music in from different colleges.
Nice.
But did you know he was granted his high school diploma 25 years later
Oh,
because he missed an English test that delayed his graduation.
what?
Yeah, he missed a
What?
test for some odd reason
Yeah.
and didn't graduate because he missed this one English test.
Interesting.
So they granted his diploma to him 25 years after the fact. So old boy was in his mid 40s and got his high school diploma and then got
Wow.
7 honorable doctorates. Because why the
Yeah.
hell not?
There you go.
Um, he was pivotal in the vote to locate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland rather than San Francisco. He was
Oh,
actually the deciding vote.
was he?
Yeah, so they were voting and they were deadlocked, and it came down to Billy Joel being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to be in Cleveland or San Francisco. He chose Cleveland.
Wow.
Cleveland won something. It's the
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and
Have you ever
LeBron.
been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I have not.
I have. It's super cool.
I want to go.
It's pretty cool.
I want to do the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton and the Rock and
Yeah.
Roll Hall of Fame at some point. Probably just my wife and I'll go. I don't know if the
Yeah.
kids will like it.
Yeah.
Um,
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and it's all right around the same
yeah,
areas.
they're
So
not far from each other.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to Cleveland, like in the actual city of Cleveland. I've
Okay.
driven through, but I've never actually
Yeah.
been down in
I went
Cleveland.
on vacation to Cleveland once to go to an Indians game or a Guardians game way back when.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I've never been there, so I think I'll have to do that one of these days.
There you go.
I know, like, I want to do a ballpark trip one of these times too, and just check out a bunch of ballparks.
That's on my bucket list to do is to hit all major league ballparks before I die.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them, and they just
There's
keep
a ton
making
of
new
them.
ones, so
Yeah. I got to go
you never
back to
know.
New York so I can go to the new Yankee Stadium. Been to the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to Shea Stadium
I have not been to
or
Shea.
City Field, I
No.
guess?
No, I have not.
The Mets play.
No.
Have you been to PNC Ballpark in Pittsburgh?
I have not been to PNC.
Oh, dude, PNC is awesome.
I've been to Brewer Mill in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Wrigley.
Okay.
I've been to Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and old Yankee Stadium.
Mm. See, I've only been to a few ballparks. I actually did a tour at Fenway, but the Red Sox weren't playing. But I toured
Okay,
the stadium. It's
that's pretty
super
cool.
cool.
That's cool.
Did that one on my own. My wife was there for a business conference, and I was out on my own in Boston for a whole day drinking. And
Nice.
yeah, took an Uber to Fenway and took the tour. It was great. I
That's
loved
pretty
it.
cool. Love it.
Yeah, back on track here. Now, he was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1999, Billy was.
Okay.
In 1993, he was the second musician of 30 people total now to be inducted in the Madison Square Garden Hall of Fame.
Oh,
July 18th was made Billy Joel Day to commemorate his 100th performance at Madison Square Garden in 2018.
100.
He's performed at Madison Square Garden over 100 times.
Wow.
And that was 2018, so that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think he's done it a couple more times since.
Oh, I would imagine.
So he's performed at Madison Square Garden, the Mecca,
Yeah.
over 100 times.
Wow.
Dude's a freaking icon. So that being said, how many Spotify listeners do you think old Billy gets on a monthly basis?
23 million.
You are close, but you did go over.
Okay.
He is at 19.8
Nice.
million Spotify listeners.
Nice. I like
And
that.
yeah, they actually have something really cool on his Spotify right now. It's the Billy Joel 50. It's 50 years of Billy.
Wow.
And it's this crazy background of him from like the 70s. He looks super cool.
Nice.
But so now this album, not a lot on this album because it did just come out
Yep.
in November of 22, but Live at Yankee Stadium was recorded on June 22nd and 23rd in 1990 at Yankee
Yep.
Stadium.
Yep.
It it's 22 tracks, an hour and 51 minutes long.
Yep.
So it's 2 hours long.
Yep.
Two full discs there. They put it on two CDs.
Yep.
Originally it was only a video album. It was released was recently released, like I said, November 4th, 2022. The two shows were recorded and compiled and then played after the fact on the Disney Channel, of all
Oh,
places, before being released on VHS and then later on DVD. So this was actually never released as a on a CD, never released as just audio until
interesting.
November of 22,
I
which is
like it.
why it just popped into our radar, and you were
Right.
like, "This one just came out." So, like, it's kind of
From
weird, but
1990.
from
Yeah.
1990, but it's because they never put it
Got
out
it.
on CD. It was just a video, and this is when, like, I mean, I guess the 90s TV was still a pretty big thing. People weren't
Yep.
streaming, so you had to watch stuff, and
Right.
Billy Joel on the Disney Channel. It's like Bob Saget being on ABC. It's
Hey,
weird. But hey,
it's
it worked
true.
out.
Hey, it did work out.
So it's 22 tracks, man. So it's a lot of stuff going
It
on
is a
here.
lot.
Um, what did you pick for your favorite track?
I picked the Prelude slash Angry Young Man.
Did you?
I did. This song is total groove, and hearing how tight the band is with that walking line that starts off the song, it would just be amazing to see. And then at the bridge section with that electro synth sound coming through, ugh,
Mm-hmm.
sounded super cool in my headphones. So I can only imagine what it would be like to hear it in person, especially at a place like Old Yankee Stadium. So the Prelude, Angry Young Man, was my favorite track.
All right. I can see that there. So I went chalk and I went Piano
Allentown.
Man.
Oh,
Nah,
Piano Man.
I went Piano Man.
All right.
It's expected. It's expected to be a favorite song. And this is a favorite track. You can go be a homer and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But there's a reason I picked this track, and
Okay.
it's a reason that I'm really happy we're doing Billy Joel on Valentine's Day. I've mentioned this before on a top five love songs track. My wife walked down the aisle to Piano Man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and with the emotional tie to the song, that gives me the chance, any chance I have to choose this one of a favorite track, I'm going to choose it.
Sure.
Uh, our wedding was in a church, but that was the most conventional part of the actual wedding. I walked down the aisle and brought my mother-in-law and mom down to the aisle to Rise Against, Swing Life Away. And we left the altar to Me First and the Gimme Gimme's version of Walking on Sunshine by Kate.
Nice.
So the live version of this track and hearing him play the piano
Yeah.
just gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
and going for it. And then you hear every single like piano bar, they do this one. They hate playing it, but they still play it because people pay for them to play it. They'll do
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Um, I'll pick it every single time. I like this, and it just is kind of what it is.
I like it. I like it,
So
man.
Piano Man was my favorite track. Now it is time to break out the Joel Wang.
Yep.
Let's play Wang. Let's play Wang. Word association and gang.
So it is time for the BJ Wang,
Yep.
and um,
What?
there's so many tracks.
So many.
I picked four.
Holy balls.
We'll see if we get to all four from here.
All right.
Okay. But what about the bad?
Okay. Only the good die young?
Yep.
Yep. I was like, bad, good. Okay, we'll start with that.
If you're bad, do you just live
Yeah.
forever?
Yeah.
I'm immortal.
I was gonna say, Steve, you're yeah.
Okay. Um, next one. I don't think you are.
Um, the Downeaster Alexa?
No.
I don't think you are. Uptown Girl?
No.
I don't think you are. A Big Shot?
That's a good one, but no.
I don't think you are. An Innocent Man?
No, one more choice.
I don't think you are. You may be right.
100%.
There it is. All
There it
right.
is.
All of those were good choices.
All of those were good choices.
Yep. All right.
Steve on this podcast.
An Innocent Man.
100%, but no.
A Big Shot.
Again, no, but yes.
Shameless.
Oh, son of a bitch. No.
I go to extremes.
Yes.
Again, all of which
Oh,
are very
my life, I tell you what.
yeah.
All right, and my fourth one, because
Yeah.
again, there are 20
22.
tracks,
Yeah.
22 tracks here. Um, Good morning, Vietnam.
Oh, hell yeah. New York State of Mind. Oh,
No.
no. Good night, Saigon.
There you go.
Thank you. I was like, oh, yeah. All right.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah,
Good work,
that's see,
Steve.
I figured out. I was like,
Those
there's
were
so
good.
many I gotta do more.
Those were good. I
Like I
like
did
it. I
two, you were
like
like, what
it.
the scrolling forever?
Right. I like it. No, that was fun. All right. Speaking of fun, Steve, let's talk about those least favorite tracks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go for it.
We didn't start the fire.
Really?
Dude,
Okay.
this is actually one of Billy Joel's least favorite songs to play live ever.
Really?
It's just one note, and
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's even in the recording, he sounds like kind of nonchalant. The
Yeah.
crowd likes it, and it's a hit. It's a bop.
It,
The crowds are gonna go big for it. They're gonna want him to play
yeah.
it. But I think it's funny to read into some of these songs where like you find an artist, they're like, I fucking hate that song, but I gotta play it every night.
Right.
And this is his. He hates this song, but he has to play it every night.
Yeah.
So, and I just of his hits, which a lot of these are straight hits.
For sure.
I just that one, take it or leave it.
I get it.
I think it's more the synth, the keyboard-esque nonsense to it. Like it went like super 80s.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So
I
what
get it.
about you? What was your deep cut? Or
Yeah.
at least favorite, sorry.
So the track that I picked, I picked this based on thinking through this from the concert lens rather than the album lens. And I picked That's Not Her Style. Now,
Hmm.
this was that middle of the concert track.
Yep.
Really didn't sway the needle either way for me. Really enjoyed the tracks on either side of it, but this
Yeah.
one was definitely the one that I was the least interested in. from the whole experience, and was definitely my go to the bathroom track for sure. So
Yeah, it's kind of that middle there. You go to a concert and there's always those like fillers, especially with your headliners. You're usually playing 15, 20 tracks sometimes.
yep,
You need to
yep.
find one that's okay. You're just gonna fill. You gotta fill a little bit here because that probably is somebody's favorite Billy Joel song ever.
Oh, 100%.
And like if he didn't play it, like somebody's gonna come and be like,
Someone's
"Why the
gonna
hell didn't he
bitch and
play this?
complain. Yeah,
It's it's a great track."
right.
Like nobody fucking wanted to hear us.
Nobody
Why nobody played it?
cares. Right.
Huh. Like,
Exactly.
I went and bought a beer for $44.
Right.
It was in the 90s, so it's probably only $13, but still,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
fuck
all
you,
right.
inflation.
Right. All right, Steve. Well, speaking of things people don't want to hear, guys, it's time for Shatner's Poetry Slam.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is Shatner's
All right, Steve. So you picked 4, I picked 2.
That's good because
it's
these ones take longer.
absolutely, absolutely. All right, buddy. Are you ready? This first one should be fairly easy. I'm teeing it up.
All right.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Out in Bethlehem, they're killing time.
New York State of Mind.
Oh, filling out forms, standing in line. Well, our fathers fought the Second World War. Spent their weekends on the Jersey Shore.
It's Allentown?
Yes. I started middle of verse 1.
Ah, that's where you got me.
I
Okay.
did. Yeah, because verse 1, seriously, the first line of is, well, we're living here in Allentown and they're closing all the factories down. If I was to start there, I'd get you. You would have known. All right. Next one. This one's I'm also going to be starting in a different spot. They held a concert out in Brooklyn to watch the island bridges blow. They turned our power down and drove us underground, but we went right on with the show. Skip the next line, which is part of the song. I saw the ruins at my feet. We almost didn't notice it. We'd seen it all the time on 42nd Street. They burned the churches up in Harlem, like in the Spanish Civil War. The flames were everywhere, but no one really cared. It always burned up there before. I'll insert it at this time. I've seen the lights go out on Broadway. I've watched the mighty skyline fall. The boats were waiting at the Battery. The Union went on strike. I knew this was going to get you. They never sailed at all. Do you have any idea?
It's not New York State of Mind.
It's not New York State of Mind.
I
I picked this one because you will not figure it out based on track title. That was a very big clue.
Innocent Man.
Your lyrical clue is I've seen the lights go out on Broadway. That is your major clue.
Yeah, and I can picture it. I just can't. We didn't start the fire?
Nope.
No, it's not that one.
Nope.
I don't know.
Miami 2017.
Oh, it's the lights on Broadway. There it is. Okay, now I see it.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That was super deep.
You're welcome.
No, you got me.
I did.
Well,
right.
both of them were in the first disc, and I'm like going through this trying to like scroll through. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, like this could be
Yep.
Billy Joel, fucking New York.
Right. Right. All right, Steve. So I took us deep with Shatner's Poetry Slam. Now it's time to go deep and talk about our deep cut tracks. And I picked Scenes from an Italian Restaurant as my deep cut track. I did. This song is a vibe and really brings that little piece of Italy out with the tempo and the Italian groove that they had going on with it. But also, Steve, as we've said on this podcast many a time, everybody loves some good sax. And the sax on this song was crisp, clean, and probably one of the highlights of this track and throughout the album, honestly. I was also a big fan of the tuba. Who doesn't love a tuba? That was going on with this one. You don't hear it too often, and you kind of need to have your ears ready for it, but it's super fun to listen to for sure. So, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant was my deep cut track.
Dude, I'm hoping this year in 2023 I get to make another sax joke on stage.
Yeah,
I did more sax more times. Let's go.
absolutely.
Um, so it was one of my highlights of 2022, I think, being able to
Yeah.
say sax in front of a bunch of
Everybody,
people.
yeah.
So it's funny, 22 tracks, right? And up until now, we haven't picked the same one.
Up
Well,
until now.
up until now.
Oh no.
No, we
Really?
didn't. I didn't pick that. So I didn't pick that one. I picked your favorite track
Oh,
in
okay.
my deep cut.
All right.
So I picked the Prelude "Angry Young Man" track because
Okay.
holy shit, dude, I had no idea this track existed
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
The piano on here is just ungodly.
Right.
Like what the hell? It sounds like it was sped up, but it's not. And I watched a YouTube video of him playing this even from like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and it was just crazy. The lyrics are sped up to match the frantic nature of the piano playing, which is just even better. I wonder now if he could still do this live and if it's still as fast.
Mm-hmm.
I would be more interested to see him do it now. He is still playing a little bit here and there. I think he did a lot of I think he only plays in New York now, if he plays at all.
Okay.
But I'd be interested
He's
to
getting old
see.
because he's old.
He's in his 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if he could still do this one live.
For sure.
Because it's so big and frantic and just crazy fast.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he could actually do it live, but I picked Prelude Angry Young Man because I didn't know what the track was, and
Right.
that piano just blew me out of the water.
Yeah.
So
I love it, man.
To start to put a bow on this one here,
Yeah, man.
we're doing pretty good tonight here, getting this going. Final thoughts. The bad boy of piano. This guy and Elton were coming up at the same time, and
Yeah.
both are phenomenal in their own lane.
Absolutely.
You got Billy's always been the evil to Elton's good. He is the
Mhm.
dark to the bright flamboyance of Elton John. I am a fan of both musicians. I like them both for who they are. Personally, I am more of an Elton guy.
Yeah.
I think it might be because of their personalities. Elton just seems more welcoming and
For sure.
loving, where Billy seems more of that standoffish New Yorker.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
The album here, though, is fun. I could appreciate the musician at the top of his game, selling out monster arenas, fucking baseball stadiums,
Right?
and just going after it and being just larger than life.
Yeah.
The recording is clean, it's crisp, and it gives you the sound. It sounds like you were there 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The man himself is a showman. It's on full display in this album. It's almost like with Elton at Dodger Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
To be a classically trained pianist playing rock and roll music, but selling out massive stadiums.
Yeah.
Both of these guys, like and having two at the same time.
Yeah.
Like nobody would have guessed that you could have two artists that are so freaking similar playing the fucking piano of
Right.
all things,
Right.
and then they are the literal like spy versus spy, the black versus the white. Like they're the yin and the yang of the
Yeah.
industry.
Absolutely.
It's amazing that we were in an era that we didn't unfortunately grow up in the era of these two in their heyday. We just get to
Right.
appreciate it from afar, from years later.
Absolutely.
Billy is he is an icon. He is in the Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, category of just larger than life musicians.
Yeah.
somebody your kids are gonna know as in who they are. Their kids will know songs. Piano Man ain't going away anytime soon.
Nope.
And it's just gonna be one of
I
those
mean,
things.
freaking Weird Al Yankovic made "Spin Us a Web." You're a Spider-Man.
Yep.
It's a
There's just
it's a vibe for sure.
yeah, it's gonna be there. So, um, I can't get over how clean this album is after being remastered and recorded,
Oh, right.
to where it sounds like you're actually at the stadium
Yes.
and you're watching it in the crowd.
Yes.
So, for that alone, not even the music, because the music's great. Billy's good. He's just is who he is. But for that alone, I went with an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's long as hell.
Yeah.
It is long, and you have to take breaks because whew,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's 2 hours long.
It is
So,
2 hours long.
but you get that concert feel for sure. So an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, man, album extremely long. You can't really have that be a negative to go against it though, because this was a recorded concert.
Mhm.
It's not like it's an actual album. I mean, it is, but it's not.
No.
So a 2 hour show full of great tracks. You really can't be upset by the length. I had the chance to go to Yankee Stadium in 2013 for a baseball game, and that place is absolutely incredible. It's super cool. You can feel the ghosts of baseball past just kind of living throughout there. It's super cool. So I can't imagine how cool it would be to be there for a concert. For this concert, I would have loved to have been there. And I think that the way they constructed the set list for this show, perfect, spot on, 100% great. It's obviously geared towards showcasing the bops, and this one did a really, really good job doing that.
Mhm.
I would love to see Billy Joel live if there ever was an opportunity. But it may just be a thing of my past. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
But I think no matter what, the show would be incredible. Even now, Steve, I'm right there with you, buddy. 8 out of 10. So
Nice.
16 out of 20 on this one, guys. You can't go wrong. Go check it out. It is the I don't know, it's not really an album. It's a new album, but it's kind of a concert re-release 2 disc
It's a
type of
nostalgia
deal
release.
for sure. It brings back a lot of the popular tracks that you know and love from Billy Joel all into one place, live from Yankee Stadium in New York City. So, guys, go check out that album. And guys, speaking of checking out the album, you can check out the Notes Goats podcast. Check us out on Facebook. Search the Notes Goats podcast. Find Nate chomping on a record. Guys, head on over to Instagram and TikTok. Search at Notes Goats Pod. You'll find us there. Also, Nate chomping on a record. And you can find us on Twitter, but we don't really do any Twitter because why, Steve?
Elon sucks.
Well, all right.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. So, and guys, you can like us and follow us wherever you're listening to podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating, write us that review. We are looking to grow in the charts this year exponentially, and we would love to hear your feedback on Apple Podcasts. So make sure you write that review. That is so important to us, and we will read it on the show, give you a shout out. If it's negative, we'll probably bash you and roast you a little bit, but it is what it is.
Or agree with you.
Or agree with you. Yeah, we're probably, because you're probably right if we're
More
being
likely.
honest. Right. So guys, with that, we are ending this one. It was Billy Joel and his album live at Yankee Stadium. Concert was amazing. You'll love this album, I'm sure you will. Guys, as always, I am Brandon,
And I'm Steve.
and we will see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Notes, the goats. Notes, the goats.